everyone tonight. And very warm welcome to Hans-Dieter Steinbach, the Consul General of Germany here in Sydney. And he's going to inaugurate the beautiful show of Willi Sieber here tonight. And Willi sends his greetings from Germany. He was not able to come, but this is actually part of his, you picked that so nicely. This is part of his 60th birthday show, which was 2 years ago. And there is a lovely catalogue. Actually, if you pass me that big catalogue, that beautiful one there. Yeah. That is, yeah. I think this was in honor of his 60th birthday. And there are many museums and galleries in here, and I'm the last one on the bottom, only shot in Sydney. So we're now sort of, which is this beautiful catalogue of his latest works. And yeah, oh, it's just so beautifully done. It's really great. So this is the last show in honor of his 60th birthday. I'm working with Willi Sieber since 2004. Which is, you know, a really great honor to work with him. He is one of my favorite artists. He is very cute. He is very lovable. He is very fleißig. I don't know how to say that in English, but he is producing and producing. It's amazing. He has a lot of galleries around the world, and he just supplies everyone spielerisch, you know, with ease. It's just, I find that really amazing. I say to him, Willi, I would like to have this one out of this catalogue. And he says, I make you a nice one. They're all gone. They're all gone. So everything out of this book is already gone again. He sells like hotcakes overseas. We do have a good following of him here as well. With my partner gallery in Hong Kong, I received some of the works before Willi sent me the rest, what we needed. So you have a wonderful selection of very different works, from steel sculptures to wall objects, floor sculpture, and those ones, what are they called? No, the floor, no, I'm not so well today, so excuse me, I'm not really concentrated well. Panel objects, yeah. Now those panel objects are just really, really wonderful. But I think I would like to pass on to you, because I'm not so fit to talk today.
Thank you very much, Connie, and I think I have two introductory remarks. The first one you will certainly like, and close to what Connie feels right now. I got a cold, so I won't have a long speech. I think that's okay for you. The second remark, and you alluded to it already, Connie, was when you asked me whether I would be ready to open tonight's show of Willi Sieber on the occasion of his 60th birthday, I said, well, it was pleasure, of course, a German artist in Sydney, that's always great. And but then, of course, a diplomat takes nothing for granted. So I checked a little bit on the internet, and I found out Willi Sieber was born in 1949. So I said, okay, 2013 and 1949, that doesn't make 60. But anyway, I said, look, it's a little bit like the Rolling Stones, when in 1995, we were based in Zagreb at the time, and the Rolling Stones were doing their Bridges to Babylon world tour, and they all announced this will be the last public performances, live performances of the Rolling Stones, and so they're doing strong. And I think it's the same with Willi Sieber now. He celebrated his 60th birthday 4 years ago, but 4 years later, I think we can still say it's great what he does, great works that we're seeing here today. And I must admit, I prepared a little bit differently, because when I checked on the internet, what is he doing, what is his main works, I found out that since the late 1970s, in fact, he was very much working on wood. And having seen all these sculptures on wood and working in this very famous German wood carving tradition, particularly in southern Germany, where he comes from, I thought we will see a lot of woodwork and wood sculptures today, but we don't. And I like, when I read the little flyer today, I said, typically Sieber, the fact that the viewer is left guessing about the materials employed, unusual colors such as light blue, purple and red tend us to believe we are beholding plastic around with this. Yes, that's what we are seeing here tonight. I mean, I had read, of course, that his recent works, apart from the wood carvings and sculptures he's doing from wood, he's doing some metal and enamel works as well recently. So based on that, I didn't expect what we are seeing here tonight. So it's a great surprise, but I believe it's a very pleasant surprise indeed, because this is exactly, you asked the question, what is this all about? What material has he used? And looking into these kind of nails and epoxy and the panels on the wall, it's surprising because you really don't know what it is when you look at it first. And I think you need a good explanation, and Connie did it already. She said he's trying to find out, transgressing new borders as well. And from this point of view of wood carvings, I think what we have been seeing, not necessarily tonight here in the gallery, but in his works that he has performing all around the world, is we see the traditional German art of wood carving, but also new elements in it that come back and is a kind of renewal of the old tradition that we have. So I think from that end, it's not surprising that he has exhibited in many European and non-European countries. And as I understand, it's the third time that he has a solo exhibition here in Sydney. And definitely with what we are seeing here tonight, it's worthwhile looking at it, worthwhile exploring it a little bit more. And I'm quite sure, even with his 70th birthday, maybe we celebrated when he is 75, that it will be worthwhile to see what comes out of the developments that we have seen over the last couple of years from Willi Siebert. So I think it's a great show here in Sydney. The public will like it, I hope. And hopefully at the 70th birthday we meet again here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'd just like to elaborate a tiny little bit on what you scratched on the materiality of it. What I found really interesting when I compare this show with my last show I had, where we did have those panel objects, but they were very differently than those ones. They were really painterly more, but here you actually have a sculptural structure underneath, and then covered with epoxy. So it's almost like an object, like a sculpture, and that's been made into an object. I was completely surprised when he started with steel. I thought, where does he, all of a sudden get this idea from? This is so almost pop art, isn't it? Yeah. So, but what he explained, what he does is, these pipes of steel, they are day-to-day objects. And these day-to-day objects covered with car lacquer, it is actually car lacquer. It is, or what you call enamel, yeah? But it's what's on cars. To combine it with that, I think this is quite a synthesis. And then those cute little things over there, they are so gorgeous. They're little bulky, it's like an energy bundle, it's these bulky, compressed wooden chips, and then they're covered, not just with one color, or because on top of it you only see one color, but you can see on the sides of each one how many colors there are, something like at least sometimes 4 or 5. So that's really stunning. And what I also like a lot are those ones in the very front, those little blobs. The ones that are made out of multiplex with the enamel on top of it. These are examples of many. He has a huge wall, depicted and installed with these works, and he sent us 5. But you can imagine a huge wall to go on, these works to go on this incredible huge wall. That would be sensational. Yeah, and then he sent me some of the traditional ones, those rings. You've seen the rings in the front wall, the white ones. He's done those a few years ago, and I was so glad that he actually sent one of them again, one of those objects. But the very latest thing he's done are those ones here, with the stretch film. Now that is something new, which is really incredible. So he put the stretch film around the object and then covers it with epoxy to make it really solid. And like this one as well. Now that is, it's almost like an experiment. I really think that he's experimented on that a little bit. And these are my, what I call Stachelobjekte, the Stacheltiere. They're like little spiky animals. They are so cute.
You want to feel it.
Yeah. So yeah, and also those ones are very new, that he started to apply nails into his objects and then cover them with epoxy. This is also something very new, like in those 4 works here. So yeah, have a look at it, and also have a look at his many catalogs that he's got. There's a whole pile. There's 2 piles there for sale, and then there's the left pile are all his books. Thank you.